Challenge number 5. Monlon, goddess of knowledge, art, and beauty.
With hair of brilliant white, naked feet, and more curves than a Jersey jug handle, the temptress Monlon is unlike any of the gods what preceded her. She sits ominously like a vulture, her lonely silhouette cut through the burning red sun, strumming eerily her simple instrument and greatest weapon, the lute. She is a fierce warrior who shows no quarter in battle. She is quick as a whip and always thinks 2 moves ahead of her opponent. She is the total package: dubious strength, crazy balance, cerebral fighting style, and a list of victims a mile long. And where she has a leg up on the rest of her coterie is in her cruelty, as is evident in her sick trademark attack, the bloodiest attack in the Ranma 1/2 universe, the Mak-Yin-Kin-Bak Show, or Phantom Restriction Attack. With a simple pluck, the loot cables go all Doc-Ock on her opponent, wrapping him or her up in its razor grip. One who is caught in a Mak-Yin-Kin-Bak Show is essentially immobilized, as with even the slightest movement, the wires will slice through flesh like a watermelon. To make matters worse, she can attack with razor whip cable attacks, even while her opponent is tied up. I'm not gonna lie, this one's a toughie. The most important thing to remember is to scout that Mak-Yin-Kin-Bak Show. Watch out for it, for if she scores with that move, it's game over. She gives telltale signs she's going to fire it off, as in she blatantly shouts the name of the attack.
Mak-Yin-Kin-Bak Show!
When she does that, seek some kind of cover. Other than that, there's no real strategy except to match her agility and speed, and play the gotcha last game. Of course, there are no rules against double teaming her to negate some of her wiggle room. I won't tell if you won't.
Challenge number 6. Ebiten, god of good fortune, commerce, and honest labor.
He is evil. He is cranky. He has monstrous ears? Hold up 1 second! Whoa! Dear God, those things are huge! Well, I never thought the day would come, but there's no contest here! In proportion to a normal human being's head, Eby-Ten's ears reign supreme in the Ranma 1/2 universe! We have a new champion! The 2-foot-tall, mustachioed mole named Ebiten acts as Kirin's maitre d', spokesperson, and all-around gopher. And although physically the smallest in this band of 7, he is among the most powerful. In the Ranma 1/2 tradition of unorthodox weaponry, Eby-Ten is the master of the fishing rod. In battle, he uses it as a whip, but its glowing line has not lashing effects, but pulverizing wrecking ball whomps that instantly lacerate, cross eyes, and scramble brains. Eby-Ten shows no mercy in his attack, possibly overcompensating for his small stature. With wicked overhead sledges, he creates a dazzling incandescent scribble in his cast, near fatal to the touch and near impossible to predict its pattern. Not only is he sniper accurate, but his weapon is as far-reaching as a fishing line, meaning he can tag an opponent from over 80 feet away. Eby-Ten's greatest weakness is himself. In the heat of combat, he becomes entranced by his own power, and often lays his weapon aside to gloat. This may not be the most appetizing of strategies, but to succumb to his attack, to allow he to score a few hits, will bolster his confidence level and cause the little mole to lose focus. When he does, strike like a cobra. Eby-Ten may be high on offense, and his fishing pole may offer he a phalanx-strong defense, but should one manage to get through, he is weak of body, and shouldn't take more than a few strikes to defeat.
Challenge number 7. Kirin, god of wealth and prosperity.
Call he by one of many names! Daikokuten, Kojin, Mahakala, Makakara, Daikoku, Kojin-sama, Engel der Nacht, Sanmen Daikoku, the manifestation of Djclyve and Ishanate, Sidousha Shichi Fukujin. He is the almighty leader of the 7 lucky gods, Kirin. And congratulations, you finally made it to the end, boss. His temple is a towering phallus in the heart of Nekon Ran, house to the greatest challenge mortal man can compete. Kirin is debonair and pompous. As with many uppity rich snobs, he speaks of himself in the third person, but do not underestimate his talent solely because he doesn't lift a finger in everyday life. This deity is nothing short of omnipotent. A steady diet of rice and pickled vegetables has transformed this being into one even more supreme, a total package of fighter DNA. So precise is Kirin, he fends off his adversaries not with sword, nor spear, nor shield, but with his chopsticks. The very utensils he has used to shovel in oodles of rice and brine-soaked gherkins, he uses to destroy the infidel who would dare get too close. The speed at which his chopsticks pinch exceeds the speed of even the fastest Amaguriken technique. Far more impressive is his signature attack, the Yo Yogekki Kyo, or the attack of 100 pinching chopsticks. Using telekinetic ki energy combined with intense speed and thrust, the stick's range protrudes far past Kirin, taking the form of 100 glowing vorpal needles that spiral the opponent, each one that connects pinches with a vice-like grip. With this attack, Kirin could keep his opponent at a distance, but the evil prince prefers to look into his opponent's eyes as he vanquishes him. The suave destructor Prince Kirin will prove the most difficult of all the challenges before he, so make sure you are rested up before taking him on. Thankfully, he rarely attacks with full power straight away. He prefers to toy with his opponent and increase his attack, only if it's needed. He will almost always get in close and boast the speed of his hands. Do not attempt to fight Kirin unless you know some kind of speed attack, like the lightning kick, the 100-hand slap, the Amaguriken. You'll find yourself chasing the speed of his attack. Do your best to deflect his attacks with your own attacks. When he starts to go full tilt on you, you'll know it, as his body will emit a yellow battle aura. His speed will become such that his chopsticks will essentially form an impenetrable force shield 360 degrees around, one that fist nor foot nor bullet can penetrate. To be dreadfully honest, no one has ever tested Kirin's ability to such an extent. He has massacred his opponents without even breaking a sweat. A sweat, Come to think of it, certain things are hard to grab with a pair of chopsticks. Could these specific things be the key to getting through Kirin's attack? Perhaps. But even with the soundest strategy, you will need nothing short of the right planetary alignment, the heavens to shine down upon you, the fires of Hades to freeze over. God and Lady Luck must be firmly in your corner. Drink 12 vials of Phoenix Felicius, wear a beret of rabbit's feet, fix a broken mirror. If you do all of that, you may stand a ghost of a chance of living through this ordeal, let alone securing a victory. So, now you know what to expect. You will search and identify the 6 temples, and you will possess the proper tools and knowledge to defeat the 7 lucky gods. That's not to say this will be easy. On the contrary, this challenge is the worst punishment a man can endure, an endurance akin to those tried in the deepest malbulges of hell. Before tackling such a feat, be sure to train diligently. Be in tip-top physical condition. Be the greatest martial artist who ever lived. Ranma Sao Tome, are you up to the challenge?
Oh, why am I getting so worked up?
This has been a Ranma 1/2 character profile. And special thanks to my friend Ron for all the useful footage.